Here, and we've got the juniors lining up, and joining me up in the commentary box is Shane Larry. How was that race, mate?
Yeah, that was pretty hard work actually, Jared. It's still quite patchy out there. Track's drying up nicely, but then there's some bits where you really want to be a little bit cautious, and had one poor chap on the first lap, did a big high side in front of me, but oh, that's a
huge jump start. Two of them there, eh?
So the juniors are off. Really good to see the big size field. Noticed that a couple of weeks ago down at Manfield for the Vic Club round, they had a really good field of juniors, and the same up here. So it's the future of the sport. Really good to see probably our biggest field of the day, wouldn't it be, Jared?
Yeah, I think it is, and it's great to see all the boys changing bikes around and jumping on. We've got Blake Ross from the 150 class, which we had the Nationals, and jumping onto a 300. Nice to see that, and he's qualified in second place there with a 38, but track's drying a little bit from this morning, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say they'll be getting down, I'm going to have a bit of a guesstimate, but 23, 25s.
Great start there. That looked like a Blake Ross out in front. First weekend he's been had one little play on it, and then straight onto the 300 and offered his 150 back to ride, and he was like, no thank you. He's showing that he likes this 300.
He had the right idea on a jump start though. If you get a jump start, just keep going like he has, and at least for his 20-second penalty, he's got a bit of a gap on the field. So nothing worse than jumping, stopping, and then jumping again and ending up fourth into the first corner and a black flag, or a jump start flag. The other thing we're starting to see now is a lot more of the 300s up here in the north. Obviously very big in the South Island, but it's taken a while to build up the 300 fields here. But this season, again, noticed it at Victoria and here, plenty of 300s out there, which is great to see.
So Blake Ross scooting through there, 29.6 on his first lap, so that's a good start. Maybe a little bit too good a start.
Yeah, it would have been not a slap because over the timing loop, so it doesn't count the jump.
So yeah, is this the logical step to take? They seem to be jumping off the 150s, which was a great series last year at the Nationals, and then a few of the boys are buying these 300s. Cheap enough to get a little crashed one or next race one as well, and then get out into this 300 class.
It is to get started. Like any form of motorsport, once you're getting up the pointy end of the field and starting to do all that you can do to them, the costs go up a bit. But the great thing with these bikes is they're being production based. The engines are fairly low stressed, so certainly a lot of these 300s now are up to their third season, haven't really given any engine issues at all, which is a bit different to the old days of the two-stroke 250s and things where you rebuild them halfway through a season.
Definitely. 2 sets of tyres for the race season or so. It doesn't chew tyres up, so you're just going to be spending it on gas and then turning up to the race meetings, aren't you? So you're going to get a fair bit more riding time.
Yeah, definitely. Makes a lot of sense. And, you know, these young guys really learn all about racecraft and corner speed on these things. Breeze.
Oh,
there
goes one.
Pressure down there. One of the highest things, I think, there.
I think that might have been Parker, unfortunately.
I think that might have been Sean Parker. So
he had a great little ride at the hill climb, the Hamilton one.
He did, and Sean Parker is our assistant clerk of the course today. Was quite upset to be beaten by his son by quite a considerable margin, despite having about 100 horsepower up his sleeve.
Even managed to jump on his bike and still get smoked by his son.
Yeah. I think Sean realised just how, Steve just realised just how well Sean's actually riding now. He's been probably his 4th season racing, and really just been a quiet achiever, working his way up. Not a great start to the series today, though.
No, and it's good to see Steve sitting in the office, but right next to us, but he can't hear what we're saying, so we'll just continue on to tease him.
Well, yeah, can't hear what we're saying. We'll definitely continue on.
So
anyway, he's got the bike out of the way there. The race carries on.
And Blake Ross out there in front doing a 27, then followed by Alex Buston doing a 28, Keeling, Augustine, Mel, Dyson, Taurau, Rowell, Sainsbury, Berg, Vanderberg, Lowe, Redding, Gibson, Ansell, Smith, Gilgreen, Van de Putten, and Parker there, Binder. There's some tricky little names in this class.
There's some tricky names there. So I think my estimations of getting down to a 23 might have been a little bit optimistic there. 27's our fastest lap, just coming now. Alex
So we've got a jump start ping there, 20-second penalty for 16 and number 9. Let's have a little look through there. So Blake Ross didn't get a jump start, so he is out in front. We've got Logan Rao and Josh Keeling for the jump starts. So Blake, yeah, no jump start for him.
Well, that's, I'll be buying a lot of that ticket prize, eh?
Clean set of heels there. He's scooting off, and first race meeting for that on the 300, and sponsored by White Line and Brett Roberts as well, BRM Dyno. And I work with Brett as well. He did my Ducati just before the hill climb. It's great to have him over in Pyro, and he's teaching all of us a lot of stuff. It's nice to have that sort of knowledge, and he's doing a great thing for the race series, helping out Blake, and Blake's a great guy, great talent coming through in the sport.
Yeah, definitely, and it is very handy having someone like Brett now in the Waikato region. Makes it a lot easier for people wanting to get their bikes dynoed, etc. Now, of course, we've got 2 classes in here. We do have the Super Sport class and the 250 production. So, whilst Blake's leading the Super Sport, it's Alec Batson leading the 250 production. Then Josh Gustine, who's in third, he's second 250 production, and Robert Melly in fourth is actually second in the Super Sport. So 2 classes in one.
Not much of a difference in lap times there.
Not so much here. I think once we get to Hampton Downs, you'll see the 300s. They get to stretch out on the straights, but around here really comes down to who can link the corners up and just get a nice smooth style through that infield. Take you a long way. There's nowhere really just a horsepower out. And of course, we're seeing that in the big race too, in the seniors, where 600s often win the series around here. Sometimes 1,000 can actually be a little bit of a handful.
Tricky conditions out, and these young kids are doing a great job. It's a drying track, which is very awkward, isn't it? You get nice dry bits, but you will still over the back get a steady stream running across, and these painted lines as well, they're a little bit slippery.
Well, that's it. You go into, you look at turn 2 there as you're coming out, there's still a little stream coming across. Then as you get up, you go into 4, there's a shiny patch there, which certainly moves the front round. Not too bad. Then all the way till you go over to the little chicane where you cross over into the back, where the white lines can be a little bit testing. And then, of course, coming onto the front straight. But look, I don't want to jinx it, but if someone had said we're going to get a track in this condition at the beginning of the day, I would have laughed at them.
Yeah, yesterday they had practice down here, putting on a day before the race meeting, and it was great to see. Still a big turnout, and great to see like Team Honda and some big names turning up to this Kawasaki race series.
Yeah, no, it is really good to see, and the Reesers are really good supporters of this. They ride for the Hamilton club members, and obviously in Whakatane there, that's their motocross club, but Hamilton will take them as our road race representatives, and both Damo and Tony making it onto the honours board in the last couple of years, and that's been the great thing with the Winter Series, the Kawasaki race series or the Hamilton Club series. It's really good to see that we've got some new names starting to appear on the Hamilton Club honours boards there, because we had a bit of a dry patch for a while, but certainly there's a lot of history there, some fantastic names, and great to see in the last couple of years in particular some new names up there. And of course Jordan Burley would have made it on this year with his Pro Twin win, and Jordan's really stepped up to that.
Great ride. The first race meeting, same with Blake as well, and then like you say, there is some great talent coming through in the Hamilton Motorcycle Club, and we'll claim him as well. There's his first race meeting and his first win on the 300, proudly sponsored by White Line and BRM Dyno Works in Pyro. Second place is Alex Buston, and like you say, he was in the junior 250 production class. Meal there in third. Augustine.
A great ride by all these junior riders. As you say, tricky conditions there. We had Sean Parker go down. I think that was it. Like for a big field like that, these young guys are really doing well. To stay upright in what are pretty tricky conditions.
And just as we say that, Steve Parker's father walks through right beside us and just looking over at his boy, who is all right, standing over in the corner.
certainly ignoring us for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Can't work that out, Jared.
Like you say, big congratulations to the Hamilton Motorcycle Club. A great event. Got some good guys, old school guys that I grew up around, and it's nice to see them coming back and putting on a series that's affordable and with help and stuff. Like all the riders around here helping each other out, trying conditions, but now it's getting better, and I think that's a great way to ride. It keeps you level-headed at the start of the day, and then you build, and it tries to teach you a little bit of control.
Yeah, and the thing about a meeting like this, it's not the Nationals. You know, if you're not having fun, then there's something wrong, and it's really important everyone enjoys the day, and I think the club tries really hard there to just have a positive attitude right from the start of the day, and make the event fun for everybody.
Definitely.
And, yeah, that's why we're doing it.
Yep.
Just talk to you a bit about the Lambs class. We obviously had the first race.
Codsey just picked you, eh, mate?
He did. He picked my pocket real good.
What are you on?
I'm on a Yamaha MT-07,
Yeah.
and he's on the new Ninja 400.
So 700 against 400?
655 actually.
655,
And,
yeah.
Yeah, they're lighter.
Yeah.
And I'm really old and slow.
You got a good start, though. You had Codsey under control, but then he just started warming up, eh?
Yeah, he did, and I probably should have pushed on a bit harder, but first meeting we've run the class, hopefully we'll see the numbers build up. It's, the whole idea of the class is to give a really easy path into racing. So the bikes have to be sold New Zealand new as a Lambs approved bike, very minimal modifications, really just round levers, handlebars, chain sprockets. Yeah, it's a class where there's a lot of damaged Lambs bikes that are good bikes, but they've been written off because of a bit of cosmetic damage.
Yep.
You can buy them fairly cheaply and get into racing cheaply. Road tyres, so there's no tyre warmers, no wets, no specialist dry weather tyres, which certainly on a day like this makes life a lot easier. You're not sitting there going, geez, what shall I put on?
Yeah, you've got no choice.
You've got no choice. And like I'm running Pirelli tyres. They work really well. They're not quite there with a race tyre or a wet, but all-round tyres, it's amazing how good the road tyres are now. And hopefully we're going to see the class pick up and take off. It's certainly an easy way to get into racing, and the other thing, of course, with the street tyres is you're not going through sets and sets of tyres. They last and last.
Yep.
So, if you want to get into racing, you want to make it easy, grab yourself a Lambs bike and come out to our next round.
Yep. If you need any info, just you can email through to Hamilton Motorcycle Club.
Yep. And
or come down to a club night.
Yeah, come down to a club night. First Thursday of the month, 7:30. The club room doors open, and Seddon Road just behind the rugby stadium there. And all are welcome. You don't have to be a member. Hopefully, you want to be a member after coming to a club night. But, it's open to everyone. Get down there and first Thursday of the month, every month.
And you don't just do race meetings as well, eh? Of course, you had the hill climb the other day, but you do rides and stuff over to the beach and different adventure rides and stuff.
We've got a good active road ride side of the club who do day rides, a few weekend rides. We've got a very big trials side of the club. I think the trials guys ran over 20 meetings last year, so they're probably one of the most active trial sides around.
Had some other special events like Mike Webb coming along and Hugh Anderson, and we always get to have some pretty big special people turning up as well.
Yeah, that's it. We try to sort of have 3 or 4 times a year a sort of theme to the club night. But otherwise, even if we haven't got anyone special coming on, they're good nights. There's a good bunch turned up, and if you're into bikes, you'll find someone to talk to.
So a huge thank you to the Hamilton Motorcycle Club there. Also to Ctas Live, LS2 Helmets, Putaline Oil, and Kawasaki as well for their new road race series.
And not to forget Carl
Vandermeer, yes.
Carl Vandermeer, or C. Vandermeer Builders.
And NV Motorcycles.
Yep, and really pleased Carl's come on board and sponsored the first season of the Lambs production class.
Also Honda Hamilton as well. Can't leave them out.
No, definitely can't leave Honda Hamilton out. Okay, mate. Well, I'm going to head off.
Yeah, thank you, Shane.